You know it's gonna get lit when the beat goes like this.
You're now reacting to the boy group Monsta X and their 2018 title track called Shootout from their album Take One, Are You There? The song is about the emotions they feel after a toxic relationship ends, but the overriding concept is that the end of the relationship is like a shootout. This song is composed by Daniel Kim, Stereo 14, and Ty. Okay, go ahead.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, that was scary.
Ooh. Yeah, that's good.
I'm scared.
That's really smart.
Whoa. I love this flat too.
I like, it's like harmonized. I mean, harmonized.
Yeah, it's like stacked like fourths.
This makes you so happy.
I love how like rhythmically motivated the rap is. It's not just like, let me show you how fast I can spit out syllables. It's like, here's where all the beats are that I want to hit.
Whoa, yeah, we ended up here. Why? Ooh, I like that head voice, that falsetto.
You know it's gonna get lit when the beat goes like this.
Oh! How do we describe that, major 7? It's so different from the beginning. Yeah.
Longer melody for this chorus. It's more singing than angular bass drops than the beginning.
I like that. Why do they look so perfect?
That's her job. Oh my god.
Oh, oh, this rapper's so good.
Oh my god.
Oh, nice. Narika, narika.
Perfect.
What even is that? Tritone major 7? Why is there a major 7 on the tritone degree?
It sounds like they took the bass up like an octave or something.
I think
like
that's
that.
what it is. It's up like a third.
So everything's just like a little bit more compact and
I wish
more
my skin
available.
was that clear. Oh my god.
I like how all the dominant chords are minor.
Oh,
Yeah, this is an
I
interesting
like that
section.
descending harmony line. Oh, that's all they had in there. I should have repeated that.
Can we have that again, please?
Oh no, there's like a counter melody.
Yeah, I like that.
So, what was it like playing this first on an instrument and then hearing the original thing for the first time?
Wait, we played this! Oh my god! I want to say like there are some definite similarities I expected. I feel like even on our instruments, like unless we had like a tuba. But oh, I remember the video now. You had a horn like quintet. I think that was an accurate representation because you could still get that edge to the sound even though it's not as low. But I'm thank you for not telling me that like it was that we played this because I'm so charmed by the actual video. But what I do have to say is it reminds me a little bit of gun violence, and I don't like guns at all, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Gun violence!
So there's just like that element to it, but it definitely is a grungy type, which is something I feel is harder to capture when, as classical musicians playing a different genre. I think that, we could do a better job at that, getting that crossover and putting that like extra dirt in your sound, because they definitely, really going for it instead of like playing with this refined classical thing that we're all trying to attain.
Even the harmonized sections where they're singing together, the harmonization is so much quieter than the top note, than the melody, and I think that actually goes with the song really well.
There's a ringleader.
But no, there was a ringleader, and then his what's the word? Not lackeys, but his
cronies.
His squad.
Squad. That's the word. Squad.
Yeah, what do you think about it other than these men look perfect and wow, it's so good? I'm
Yeah.
laughing hysterically.
So the reason I was laughing is I don't know why I was laughing, but it's just like there's like the certain type of K-pop that's just like it has the checklist of like the things that I'll be like, oh my god, I love this so much. Like if it's in minor, if it's like hype but in minor, if it's like really fast, upbeat, and there's like lots of low bass, lots of synth. Yeah, so there's just like it checked all of those boxes like immediately, and I was just like laughing at that and laughing at myself.
You're like, LOL, I'm easy to please.
Yeah, I was mostly just laughing at myself.
I really liked the use of silence at the beginning. I thought that was really cool. Like the breathing and just like the sounds they were using in general. Like I've heard before, but the way they used them in this particular song was interesting. The waka waka and that low brass, like brow, like that. I've heard that sample before too, but I just liked how they used it in this context in particular. And that rapper was fire.
Yeah.
The low voice one or the one with the higher textured voice? Because they have, excuse me, I'm walking like zombie.
Yeah.
Dude.
They were both fire.
Also,
Yeah.
the singing was
Like-
also fire, but it's underrated and you won't notice it because of the lit ass synths.
Yeah.
But the singing was also really good. Good job, guys.
Like just the tone of voice, they added grit in certain parts. And just like the raps themselves were the phonation of all of it and the delivery was just like that's what I want to hear from a rapper. Like it was just impeccable.
I want more waka waka waka.
Like I almost felt like the refrains kind of bored me. The third
The
time
shootout
that we did it.
refrain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you said earworm, and I'm like, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
I was honestly
earworm
more
doesn't have to
interested
be a
in the
good thing.
dance and the music. I was like, those are some cool moves.
Yeah. there was a moment right before the last refrain. I guess it was maybe a pre-chorus where they had some cool vocal harmonies, and one of the middle harmonies started stepping down, and kind of crunched with the upper and lower other harmonies, and it sounded really neat. But I wish they'd done that again because I hadn't heard it before, and I wanted to hear that more.
It was harmonized downwards rather than upwards. Registerally, which is, I think, kind of atypical. Because usually when you hear harmony, people harmonize upwards, right? But it was going the opposite direction.
That's harder.
Like melodic movement, it was chromatic, it just goes, right? But it's moving chromatically. Right? You know what I mean?
Right.
Where it's they add voices.
Yeah, it adds more stretchy tension.
It doesn't waver the same way or doesn't change or move the same way
It's not in the same. They're not in sync with each other.
Yeah, the harmonizing is not in sync with the melodic movement, so you're still aware of as you said, the establishment.
Also, I think just as far as form, I thought the stank face waka waka rap part had more power.
It was the song was backwards, where you're supposed to be really into the refrain,
Yeah.
but they gave it to us in the beginning. We were like,
Right.
dude, this is so swaggy. And then we got to the refrain, and we were like, and now it's mellow. And we kind of wish that was.
In the words of one of my mentors, you have a scale of 1 to 10 to, in this case, it was how disciplinary you can take it. But in everything, if you start at a 7, you can only, you have to go up to an 8 or higher.
Yeah.
But if you start at a 3, you have so much room to go. And if they started this with wow, this is awesome. And then they hyped it down way back with that way higher and softer kind of verse. And
I thought if they flipped that, it would have been a lot more surprising in a sense, and that kind of draws your attention, or it keeps you interested because there's something more interesting that you keep wanting to hear and hear.
Well, the thing that I hesitate about that scale is like, I don't want you to fix this by taking the 7 and being like, we need to make this like chiller, and then like bringing down the intensity. Like, I would much rather you keep that there and then bring the other one up. I want you to make them more epic, just more epic to match that, so that we're not like, you know, going down.
Okay, sir, please explain. When we reached the chorus, you said something happened.
All right.
Wow, the piano got closer.
At the end of the pre-chorus, I don't know why. I don't know why there's a major 7th chord bill on the tritone, but it gives almost this rejuvenated quality. Something about it sounds melancholy and nostalgic, but then it goes back there. And I don't know, would Beethoven have liked that? Probably not. But hey, we're in the 21st century and this is what music is about now, and I really like it. Also, yeah, I think the song is very good, but the other thing that I really dig about it is, maybe we should go back to the piano. So, most songs that are in minor, they usually do the regular dominant, so they have the. But this is something that's very cliched in K-pop. It's very typical, and I tend to not like the way a lot of K-pop songs use dominants. They're like. Something about that is kind of edgy. That little leading tone is edgy to me. It's like that. It's almost a little too try hard. But in this song, it's always, even when the dominant is like very much a leading back to the 1, it's in minor, and it kind of shaves off the edge. And you know, for a lot of people, that might sound too boring, that might sound too diatonic, but for my personal taste, especially having heard so much of that edgy major dominant, this is actually a refreshing, nice change up. You got that, Isaac? You'll be quizzed at the end of the hour.
All right. No, I really like the contrast. Well, I mentioned the very beginning to the chorus because I thought it would be more akin to the beginning, but then it's so rounded, and so there's a higher ethereal feeling to it and more fluffy as opposed to the really edge beginning. So it's like having that contrast, taking these short syncopated rhythms or dotted rhythms from very rough to very rounded is an interesting small difference that made all the difference.
I just wanna make you scream in the version.
Earlier the better, but we'll just see how much we talk.
Yeah.
Talk.
What was that wink for?
Talk.
Did you wink?
Yeah, he just winked at me for some
Monsta
reason.
X.